Well, hey there everyone. Today I thought I'd bring you guys something a little bit different from the norm. We're going to gloss over the story of Final Fantasy 1, where we have arrived to at this point, before we bring it back this summer, so let's get into it. So, right from the off, we are told that the world is covered in darkness, that the winds have died, the seas are raging, and the earth itself is decaying. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the world is plagued with monsters. Then we are told about a prophecy. A prophecy that when the world is covered in darkness such as this, that 4 warriors of light bearing crystals will appear. This is basically where we are introduced to the 4 main characters of the story. And unlike other titles in the Final Fantasy series, these characters haven't been given any specific names. So you are at complete liberty to name them as you wish. And in the case of this series, I have gone with the same personas here on the channel, that being Rapid as a warrior, Cosmic a black mage, Scony a red mage, and Boots a thief. The 4 heroes are then summoned to see the King of Cornelia, where they present to him the 4 crystals that they hold. Seeing this, the king asks the heroes if they would rescue his daughter, Princess Sarah, who has been taken by Garland, a knight who used to be in service of the king, but decided to turn his back in his search for true power. The heroes travel northwest to the Chaos Shrine, where Garland is holding Sarah captive. The heroes confront Garland. He recognises them as the Heroes of Light, and then challenges them to a battle. Unfortunately for Garland, that doesn't last very long, and he's easily defeated, while the heroes are able to rescue Princess Sarah and take her home. Having now rescued Princess Sarah, the Warriors of Light return back to Castle Cornelia and speak with the king, who does good on his promise and builds a bridge to the north, so that the warriors can continue their adventure in restoring the 4 crystals. Princess Sarah also hands the heroes an ancient lute that has been passed down through all the generations in the royal family. An ancient lute that Garland himself attempted to steal. However, upon his defeat, Princess Sarah was able to reclaim the lute and then hand it over to the heroes. With the bridge now fully restored, the heroes continue forward in their journey and arrive at the town of Pravoka. Once the heroes get there, they find that the town is overrun by a bunch of pirates. So they confront the pirate captain Bicky, and he challenges them to a fight. Of course, they all lose, and Bicky decides that in honour of the defeat, that he will grant the heroes a ship. Now able to travel the seas, the heroes head westward to the kingdom of Elfhelm. When they get there, they find that the prince has been put under a sleeping spell, and has been under that same spell for the past 5 years, by the evil Astos. At the same time, the warriors also discover that the king of the Western Keep has been tricked by Astos, and his crown has been taken to the Marsh Cave. He asks the warriors to retrieve the crown so that he might restore peace to his kingdom. The heroes proceed to the Marsh Cave, where they retrieve the stolen crown. Once obtained, they head back to the Western Keep and confront the king. However, all is not as it seems, as the king is really Astos in disguise, and he has tricked the heroes into bringing him the crown. Astos tells the heroes that he is going to combine the crown with a crystal eye that he possesses in order to become the true Elven King. However, the heroes are able to take down Astos and retrieve the items in question. As it turns out, the crystal eye actually belongs to a witch named Matoya, who, upon seeing her crystal eye, is so relieved that she agrees to make a tonic for the Elven Prince. A tonic that will allow him to awaken from his slumber. When the Elven Prince awakens, he tells the heroes that he was having a terrible nightmare, but he recognises them as the Heroes of Light. Thankful for what they have done for him, he hands them the Mystic Key, a magical key that is able to open any door within the kingdom. Back at Castle Cornelia, behind one of the locked doors, the heroes find some nitro powder. The heroes then venture upon Mount Duragar, the dwarven village. They deliver the nitro powder to Nerik, who destroys an isthmus which creates an opening for the heroes to travel through. The heroes travel to a little known town called Melman, where they discover that a vampire has attacked the village and the church. Venturing further, the heroes stumble across the Earth Cave, where inside they meet the same vampire that attacked Melmond. The vampire tells the warriors that all things are destined for death, and that the earth will continue to decay. He also tells them that destiny can't be changed, and that mortal men cannot defeat the undead. However, after a very short battle, the heroes are able to defeat the vampire and claim the treasure within the chest, the Star Ruby. In a nearby cave, the heroes encounter a golem who has a thing for precious gems. If they agree to hand over the ruby, he will allow them to pass and visit the sage at the southern side of the continent. The heroes encounter Sada, the sage, and he recognises them as the 4 warriors of light. He tells them that the real creature that is corrupting the earth crystal still lurks within the cave, and that the vampire was merely just a servant. Sada hands the heroes the Earth Rod, which can be used to reveal the passageway behind the vampire's chambers. Once inside, the heroes find Lich, the Fiend of Earth, who has been feeding off of the power of the Earth, causing the Earth's decay. They do battle, and when he's defeated, the once dimmed crystal is restored to full power. The heroes then head over to Crescent Lake, where they find the Circle of Sages. It's there that the heroes learn that the 4 fiends plan to rule the world and keep the crystals dormant. They also encounter Lucan, who had prophesied the coming of the Heroes of Light. They ask the heroes to defeat the fiends and restore the power to the crystals. One of the sages tells that the Fiend of Fire, Merilith, can be found in a nearby volcano, but the only way to access said volcano is by using a canoe up the river, to which he gives them. Once inside, the heroes find and defeat the Fire Fiend known as Merilith and restore the power to the Fire Crystal. The heroes then travel to the Ice Cave in search of the Levystone. They take the Levystone to the Ryukan Desert, where its power is used to raise an airship from the sands. Now airborne, the heroes head north for the Citadel of Trials. Once inside, the heroes encounter a sage who allows them to take the legendary test of strength, which can only be proven by obtaining the rat's tail. The heroes then venture to the underground dragon caves, where they present the tail to Bahamut. Upon seeing that the heroes have passed the trial, Bahamut bestows upon them the gift of valour, granting the heroes new skills and powers. Well, that'll just about do it for this recap on the Final Fantasy 1 story. I hope that you've enjoyed it. It saves you guys a lot of time. I'm really looking forward to coming back to this in a couple of months' time. I hope now, after watching this, that you guys are as ready as I am to get back into the story and find out what happens next. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you for the rest of Final Fantasy here on the channel in July. Stay cool.